Okay, this one is very cool. Storyboard to video. GPT Image 2 and Nanobanner to a lesser extent, but GPT Image 2 is very good at taking a concept and turning it into a storyboard like this. So basically, I said, give me a storyboard based upon this girl, give me some annotations there. It could even do it without the annotations. So I use an image generator to put a storyboard together. And you can do this 9 by 9, up to 15. And then I just fed this into Seedance. And this is what that got. So it didn't take me very long.
I have to do this. No more running. This time, I'll stay. I have to do this.
So animation in various styles, because that is entirely based upon the storyboard style. Seedance has a lot of power there, and if you want to tell a story with animation, you have a lot less to worry about than if you're doing realism. Yeah, I have scanned one of my clients' graphic novels, and even on the first pass, I got a reasonable bit there. Now, we want to do it at a professional level, so it's going to be a lot more effort than that, but we got a lot out of it. Because Seedance has a lot more understanding, not just prompt adherence, but understanding of the context of what it's doing. So it's very good at doing this sort of animation and lots of different types of animations. This is just a quick example.
So for this, what you did was input the storyboard
Yeah,
and then give
over
it
here.
the exact, just give it what it was you wanted the character to say.
Yeah, I didn't even have to give it this much instruction, but this is what I told it.
I'm kind of curious, is there a way in Hicksfield where you can create these storyboards, or do you have to manually create these storyboards in GPT?
No, Hicksfield has the kitchen sink in it. So I happen to have a Ultra subscription, so I naturally go there to use it because Hicksfield, it might even be free in Hicksfield. So a lot of things are free in Hicksfield. So Hicksfield has lots of image generators, including GPT Image 2. It would have cost me 7 credits to do it. It might even have a free version. Maybe it did when it was introducing it. But yeah, so I can do this all in Hicksfield. That's why Hicksfield and Magnific are useful tools, but I don't have to pay the 7 credits. So I do it directly in GPT. But there are issues with organization. Eventually, when you're working on these projects, you have to organize everything. So maybe you don't want to go out and back into another product, which is where these things really shine. And the consolidators are all improving what they're doing and their organizational capabilities. You're paying a surcharge, of course, like the 7 credits, which isn't a lot, but it's more than nothing. And there are other places where Nanobanana or GPT Image 2 are included, at least as a special the first year, the first month. There's all sorts of sales and such. So yeah, storyboarding, lots of different possibilities along those lines, and it doesn't have to be animation. Are there any questions about the technique? Because it's fairly easy to understand and rather amazing that Seedance is that good at interpreting it, because you can do a lot with that. And the whole storyboard technique is still being improved and worked out and understood. It wasn't something that Seedance announced. It was like VO, where we found that you could annotate the slides. That was something that people found you could do with Seedance. There's more to be found. It just came out.
Is it quite good at ignoring, like using the rest of the references and just using the storyboard rather than picking up the style from the storyboard? Just to understand. Like, as if I draw a storyboard and then I give it loads of photos. I'm like, use the photos, but follow the actions in the storyboard.
Within certain levels of complexity, it should be able to understand things like that. I have run into some of the limits, but it has less than what's come before. And you can get action and dance there. You can have a dance sequence there. I haven't done that, so I can't show it to you. Various types of progressions you can do with the storyboard, and you can do a whole story with the storyboard, naturally. You might want more detail, but you might want to start there, and you might want to do your previs that way. But you can see it comes out pretty well, and that's just the animation. Yeah, so I would give it the storyboard prompt, and I could tell it to make it itself, or I could specify what's actually going into the storyboard. This is the GPT Image 2 prompt. And then we bring that into the Seedance 2 prompt, which we'll come back to that if we have time.